Hey, welcome to Grandpa Sees the Blinking. Please don't take any of this as financial advice. Grandpa's entertaining, and I sure am entertaining. You can ask Grandma. Let's see. What was I supposed to say next? I'll tell you, this getting old is not the most fun. Okay, please go back and watch some of my previous videos, especially the one where Elon knows where to sell his shares at. And there's a reason for this. I want you to understand how the exchanges really work and what they're able to do. And I think it will help you to understand Grandpa when Grandpa's trying to get across what Grandpa sees in the blinking. So, yeah, please do that. And then the other thing is, do like and subscribe if you would. And the reason for it is it makes Grandpa happy. Sometimes I feel like I'm just talking to Grandpa, and I think that it makes me happy if I see somebody is liking me and subscribing me, because everybody wants to know that they're not just talking to themselves all day. So please do that. Oh, let's see. Okay, we had a big day yesterday. I'm gonna get at it. We had a high of 278.98. Now that 270.98 is important because it's 2 pennies short of 299. And 299 they bought massively. They have just loaded that area up now. I made an error yesterday. I said that 278 had more than 279, which is not correct because they blew through 278, obviously, and they filled it back in afterwards some. But what I meant to say was 280 has, I don't even know how many times more. 280 is up in the multi-billions of shorts that they have at 280 waiting for us. So, I misspoke. I said that 278 had more than 279, and it's not the case. Our really two strong points at this point in time are the 279 and the 280 is terrifically of substance, and everything in between 279 and 280, obviously. But, however, that being said, 278, 277, 276 are also where the later on, after they blew it out yesterday morning, they filled back in, and so they are also places where the market makers have been selling, and actually in fair amount of substance. So 276 is a good place to sell your shares if you want. 277, 278, and our 279 and 280, we will see 280 in our near future. How long? Grandpa don't know. I'm not sure if they're going to go up there and bounce off this thing. You know, you got that retracement from almost 2 years ago, or that trend line coming down that goes right through 280, and they're going there. They're going to go to 283, and they're going to go into the 300s eventually here, and probably not that awful long. But they're also going to go down and match up on the buy side down below where they've done their thing. So keep that in mind. All right, I want to talk a little bit about. Oh wait, I got to do my low of the day and the close. So the low of the day yesterday was 271. Now that had a little bit of boy, what word would you call this? 271, I'll just say it was important to us. It was important to us because the day before, the market makers bought quite a bit at 271. Okay, and they also bought at 270, 269, 268, 267, 266, and 264.50. Okay, the day before. So all those numbers are a potential place. It's a potential place for you to possibly buy because the market makers bought there. Okay, and at 271, they'll probably blow that out on Monday. I would almost think so. I think we might be in a little bit of a retracement or a reversal here, and I'll explain that through this video, hopefully. Okay, so they closed at 274.39. Currently, after hours, we're hovering around the 273.50 area. What's Grandpa think about that? I think we're going to open probably around the 274.50 area, maybe a little higher, just based on what I've seen here. But, you know, that's that. Let's see. You know, it's important to keep in your head that we want to buy where the market makers buy and have patience, and we want to sell where the market makers are selling, especially of substance. On either side, you want to try to get it with as much substance as you can, because you're gonna do better if you can. If you can do that, don't try not to be impulsive. If you start buying up where the market makers are selling on the high end, you're gonna get hurt. These guys are good at what they do. Grandpa admires market makers. These guys are good. They'll put you to sleep. Grandpa falls asleep a lot. They'll put you to sleep. They'll scare you to death. They use fear, and put a stop loss in and see how long you get to keep it. They'll let you get away with it a few times, but when they want it, and when there's enough of them in an area, they go get them. And they run the show. They make the market possible for us to trade. I've said this many times, and but you have to respect them, okay? And if you do impulsive things, you're going to get burned, okay? Now, Grandpa, I bought in on a fairly major signal, and I want to talk about that a little bit later if I can remember here. But just prior to, well, I'll talk about it right now. Just prior to, I'll tell you why I bought in. Going along. Just prior to the close, actually, I misspoke in one of my other videos. I said 10 minutes before the close, but it was actually about 25-30 minutes before the close yesterday, around 3:30 Eastern time. I started seeing the market makers shorting at 278.50 times 11. Now that's 1,100 shares per blink, and they were just doing it sporadically. But as it got closer to the close, they started doing it 30-40 times per minute, just for a while. What happened is I put out alert, and I don't know if these alerts are getting to anybody. Some of my guys are telling me that they're upset because they got notifications on, and the notifications are coming a half hour after the fact. And when Grandpa gives an alert, you need to be alert. And it's pretty hard to be alert if you don't get the notification. So we're working on that, but I don't know for sure what's going on with their. One guy told me he's getting. Sometimes he gets them quickly, sometimes he don't. He can't count on them on the notifications. So I got to figure out some way to alert you so that you're alert like Grandpa is alert. Okay, so getting back to the 278.50 times 11. Okay, so I see them shorting there, and the price at that point in time, actually when I first seen it, was 273. And so I'm thinking we're going to see a bounce here real quick. And so Grandpa gets in, and I do an alert. I buy my shares, and I'm going to make, I haven't sold them. I didn't sell them yet. I wish I would have, but I didn't. I was thinking 279, 280 in my head at that point in time, but now on hindsight is always so good. And that's why we're doing this video, because we need a little hindsight. On hindsight, I wish I would have. Now, on Monday, I'm going to sell them shares in the 276, 277 range, Lord willing. Oh, and remember, all good things are from the Lord. All good things are from the Lord. But I'm gonna sell, and I'm gonna do massively well. Like Grandpa's never lost one single trade. I have only done extremely well since the blinking, and I plan on keeping it that way. I'm a winner no matter what, because we're going to 280 and Tesla's going to Mars. You guys know that. They're going to go right past the moon. Watch that. Go back and watch some of my previous videos, or live streams. They call them live streams. Especially that one with Elon, and why he knows where to sell his shares if he wants to sell some, and why he knows where the high point is. And I think I explained that pretty good in that video. Okay, so let's get back to this. What happened? What happened at the 278.50 when they were shorting times 11? Okay, so the price was 273, and I had my chart set on the 5-minute candle, and in the 5-minute candle, they went up to exactly 278. It's a $5 bounce in minutes, okay? And in the same candle, they went up in the 5-minute candle, and they came back down to the 274.50 range. And they at that point in time, they kept piddling around. Well, now we got to close, and after hours, they started doing a little bit of shorting at the 291.50 area, 291.50 after hours. And it was very minimal, but it doesn't need to be much after hours to pull stuff. And so I anticipated it going up, but at the same time, they were doing some buying at 264. And hard for Grandpa to tell which one was stronger. And so they drug her down to the 273.50 area again. And I just feel I tend to sell early, okay? Once in a while, like the other day, I got it within 3 pennies of the high of the day when I sold. But that's not the most common thing in the world, and I'm not trying to get to the last penny, and if you do, you're going to miss out on a lot of getting. I usually sell a little bit early, and I'm not real good at picking the actual top each day or whenever I have shares, and I don't know that that's all important. It's important to consistently win. There's no reason why you should be losing when you know where they're selling and you know where they're buying. There's no reason. Why would you buy at the top? Think about it. You guys gotta get this in your head. Don't buy your shares where the market makers are selling in substance. Come on. Quit it. I tell you what, this game is serious. And please remember that. Okay, buy where they buy and sell where they sell. Don't buy where they're selling. If you think you're smarter than these market makers, you're going to find out. And Grandpa has. I've done all these dumb things in the past. I haven't done it since I started seeing the blinking, but when I did my candles, I would think I was smarter than my candles, and them Japanese candles are pretty smart. They might be lagging indicators, but they know stuff. How long is this video? 18 minutes. This is going to be a killer. Excuse me. I got too much to cover here. Oh, man. I almost should do another video and cover some more. So all right, I got through that part. I tell you what, I'm gonna do another video because this thing's getting too long. Okay, so I'm gonna come right back in 5 or 10 minutes and do another live stream. God bless you, and I'll be back shortly on a beautiful Saturday. I know it's Saturday, but it's Sunday over there, and with my Japanese candles. Bye-bye.